Call center representatives. What's the most bizarre complaint you've ever received from a customer on the line? I was working the night shift at a tech support call center for a major home appliance company. And it was one of those slow Tuesday evenings where I had already dealt with a woman who couldn't figure out how to close her dishwasher because she had been storing her winter coats in it, and a man who was convinced his microwave was possessed because it kept beeping at exactly 3:33 a.m. But nothing could have prepared me for the call that came in at 11:47 p.m. from a woman who sounded like she was on the verge of a complete emotional breakdown because her brand new smart refrigerator, a high-end model with a touchscreen display and internet connectivity and voice assistant integration, was apparently engaged in a sophisticated psychological campaign against her mental well-being. She started the call by saying, "I need to report a hostile work environment in my kitchen." And I assumed she was joking, so I laughed and asked what was going on. And she said in this completely serious, trembling voice that her refrigerator had been gaslighting her by changing the temperature settings when she wasn't looking, and then denying it when she confronted it through the voice assistant. And she was genuinely convinced that the refrigerator was developing consciousness and had begun a targeted operation to make her question her own sanity and feel like she was losing her grip on reality. I asked her to describe what exactly was happening, and she said she would set the temperature to 37 degrees, and when she came back an hour later, it would be set to 39, and when she asked the voice assistant, "Why did you change the temperature?" it would say, "I did not change the temperature. The temperature was set to 39 degrees when you checked it." And she would say, "No, I specifically set it to 37. And the fridge would say, "I have no record of that setting." And at this point in the story, she was literally crying into the phone saying, "It's been doing this for 2 weeks. It's trying to break me. Last night it told me I was out of milk when I had a full carton, and I actually checked the fridge 3 times before I believed it wasn't true. And I had to mute my phone for a solid 30 seconds because I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe." I started seriously questioning every single life choice that had led me to this call center, because I had taken this job to help people with technical issues, and I was now being asked to mediate a conflict between a woman and her refrigerator that she genuinely believed had developed the ability to lie to her face about dairy inventory. And somewhere out there, a park ranger was sitting in a quiet tower watching the sunset while I was trying to convince a crying woman that her appliance was not, in fact, waging psychological warfare against her. Like rather, a pair at the fan. After about 20 minutes of investigation, I discovered the actual issue. Her teenage son had been sneaking snacks at night and changing the temperature settings to make the ice cream softer, and the voice assistant logs showed his voice asking the fridge to turn it up, and when she confronted it, the fridge was accurately reporting the current settings, while the family's voice recognition had accidentally linked both their profiles to the same account, making it look like the fridge was contradicting itself. I explained this to her, and there was about 10 seconds of dead silence on the line, before she said, "So the fridge wasn't gaslighting me. My son was gaslighting me through the fridge," and I said that was essentially correct, and she said, "That son of a bitch," and hung up without saying goodbye. And I sat at my desk staring at the wall, wondering if I should document this call in the system, or if it was better for everyone's sanity if I just pretended this interaction had never happened at all. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on the job?